2. The silence that followed was unbearable. Elias tried calling Anna the next day. No answer. He tried messaging her, apologizing, begging for her to return, but his words were met with silence. A week later, he heard through a family friend that Anna had gone to stay with their aunt in another city. The apartment felt emptier than ever. The sound of Anna's quiet humming in the kitchen, the warmth of her smile after his long days was all gone. But the watch remained. He placed its broken pieces in a small wooden box. The jagged glass and twisted gears rattled softly when he moved it, a sound that cut deeper than silence. He couldn't bring himself to throw it away. It became his burden, his punishment, and in time, his reminder. Whenever frustration rose in his chest at work, in traffic. At the smallest inconvenience, Elias reached into his pocket and touched the box. "Don't break another watch," he whispered to himself. Anna loved the little things. Sunsets, fresh laundry, the sound of rain on the window pane. But most of all, she loved not expensive ones with flashy faces and precious metals, but old, almost forgotten ones with worn leather straps and hands that ticked just a little too slow. She had a collection, a colorful array of timekeepers, each with its own unique rhythm. They were her solace, a comforting constant in a world that never ceased to amaze. It was love at first sight when she saw him winding up an antique pocket watch. Elias, with his calloused fingers and focused brow, the way he held the watch with reverence, almost as if it were a living thing. And when he looked up and smiled, his eyes crinkling at the corners like a fine piece of Swiss craftsmanship. Anna felt a warmth bloom in her chest. Dave. Their weekends were filled with flea market hunts for hidden treasures, and evenings spent poring over antique store catalogs. Elias, with his vast knowledge of watchmaking, would bring the pieces back to life. Oil, new gaskets, and a gentle touch could make a timepiece run accurately once more. And Anna, with her boundless enthusiasm, would research their history. Odds, uncovering stories of bygone eras from the engravings on the back cover. As their love grew, so did their collection. Soon their home was filled with the soft tick-tock of dozens of clocks, a comforting lullaby that lulled them into a peaceful sleep each night. It was a dream, a shared passion that bound them together like the gears of a finely tuned machine. 2. Until one fateful day, it all came crashing down. A carrier's mistake, a moment of anger, a harsh word spoken in haste. And then the silence, deafening and cold. 1 minute Anna was there, her laughter echoing through the rooms. The next, she was gone, vanished without a trace. The apartment felt emptier than ever. The sound of Anna's quiet humming in the kitchen, the warmth of her smile after his long diacid was all gone. But the watch remained. It lay on the table, lifeless, its hands frozen. A cruel mockery of the time they had lost. Elias stared at it, his reflection staring back, hollow-eyed and defeated. How could he have been so stupid? The memory of Anna's hurt, the echo of her disappointed sigh, the finality of her goodbye, it all crashed over him like a tidal wave. He wanted to reach out, to wind it up and hear its reassuring tick-tock, but he couldn't bring himself to move. The watch, a symbol of their shattered dreams, lay between them like a broken heart. Regret gnawed at him, sharp and unrelenting. 2. How many times had he taken Anna's love for granted? Her presence, her unwavering support. How many moments had he wasted on meaningless pursuits, chasing shadows while she stood right there, her hand outstretched, ready to guide him back to the light? He wanted to scream, to shatter the silence that now encased him, but no sound escaped his lips. He was trapped in a prison of his own making, the bars forged from his indifference and neglect. And as the silence stretched on, it seemed as though the very walls were closing in, suffocating him, stealing his breath, leaving him gasping in the cold, dark embrace of his solitude.